Welcome everyone, Clint Mallon here with a brand new video, and today we're going to be talking about the BaByliss Boost FX. This is the gold version versus the Stylecraft Saber. This is the black version. You know, before I received both of these products, I had extremely high expectations. I thought they were going to be the kings. These are two of the most expensive trimmers on the market for good reason. Maybe not good reason. We're going to get into that here in just a few. If you'd like to see how these stack up against something like a Gamma, JRL, TPOB, please go to my website, clintmallon.com. If you go to the nav bar, you're going to see the archives, and in there you're going to see an article for best hair trimmers. That article is probably the most comprehensive trimmer review anywhere on the internet. I put an enormous amount of energy and time into researching all these products. I purchased almost all of them. I've been using all of them. You know, the purpose of this video is just to make your life easier. We're all just here to share information and help each other out. You know, if you enjoy my content, if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. Give the video a like. It goes a million miles to help the channel, and I'd really appreciate your support. If this video helps you, please leave a comment. You know, if you agree, great. If you disagree, that's fine too. I believe that we're here to help each other out. For me to have to purchase these and live with them and make a recommendation to you is the reason why I'm doing this in the first place. I love doing these videos. I love helping people out. I really hope you enjoy this video, and let's get into it. Please enjoy. Okay, so on the left we have the BaByliss Boost FX in gold, and on the right we have the Stylecraft Saber in black. The Boost FX has an MSRP of $189 on their website, and I got it for $137.79 after tax at walmart.com. The Saber has an MSRP of $199 on their website. This used to be $189. It's been on back order for a while now, and they decided to bump the price up to $199 on their website. But I found this for $148.70 after tax at prostylingtools.com. If you use the discount code WELCOME15, all caps, you can get this for a little less than $150. The Boost FX does have a brushless motor. It runs at 7,200 RPM. It has a lithium ion battery with a 3,300 milliamp hour battery, which is a pretty good size. This does have a runtime of 4 hours. I am not sure about the charge time on this. It doesn't say it anywhere on the device. It doesn't say it on the box. I can't find it on their website. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably 2-3 hours since they don't mention it anywhere. This does have a battery indicator. While this is charging, it blinks, and then when it's fully charged, it stays fully lit. But what's really funny about this device is when I turn it on, that doesn't light up, which makes absolutely no sense to me. That's something about this that I'm not really a fan of. So the charging port on this is going to be a standard proprietary charging port. You can see the hook on the bottom of that. This does not come with a charging stand, but you can buy it on the BaByliss website for $39. This is $189 plus the $39 brings you out to about $228 before tax. So if you want this with a stand, you're probably looking at $240 after tax. Pretty pricey for a product like this. We're going to get into that here in a few. This does not come with trimmer guards, but you can see these are the professional trimmer guards that I've been talking about in all my videos. You can find these on Amazon for $15 to $16. These do fit the TPOB X, the Troll. They fit the Supreme Trimmer Vader. They fit the JRL 2020T. And of course, they're made for this product. These do not fit the Saber, and we're going to get into that here in a second. But as far as this coming straight out the box, it does not come with trimmer guards. It does come in two different colors. As you can see, I got the gold. There's also kind of like a matte black, which is not found on their website anymore, and it's not being sold on Amazon anymore. So I don't know if they're going away from that or if they're about to create a new version of this. But as far as the Boost, that's going to have the upgraded motor, it's going to have the rubber grip. It does have a black blade. This is only going to come in gold as of today, the release of this video. The body is an all metal design. This, you can see the little Boost logo on it. The base of it's metal. Underneath this rubber is metal. You can see the neck. You can see the blade. So this is definitely a very substantial feeling product. It's got a nice weight to it. It's got a nice balance. So all metal body with a rubber grip. The head of this is going to be skeleton. You can see how it's floating. BaByliss in 2018 they're the ones that created the skeleton design. So this is just a upgraded version of that. This does have the DLC 2.0, which is a deep tooth T-blade. So as far as the blade goes, the cutting blade, the metal body, this is definitely a nice feeling trimmer. One thing I don't like is the fact that that light does not turn on when you're actually using the product. This does have a battery indicator. You can see the button is a little bit recessed. So it's higher here and here, and it's a lot lower at this point. When you turn that on, it turns blue. When you're charging this, that does flash on and off, and then when it's fully charged, it stays lit. When you turn it on, it shows, which I think is really cool. I do wish that this had 3 LEDs like the Flex, 4 LEDs like the Cyborg, 4 LEDs like the FX3, but the fact that this does have a light that lights up and this one does not, I definitely give points to this because I think that's a feature that's pretty much essential on any one of the products that are, especially in this realm at this day and age. The charging port on this is going to be a standard proprietary. You can see at the bottom, and it also has a second one, which is a micro USB on the back towards the bottom. So the fact that this has 2 is really cool. That's a pretty common feature on Stylecraft Gamma products. Also, like the Caliber 22 Stinger has that as well. I think I would prefer to not have 2 of them and just have down at the bottom a single USB-C, kind of like the Keon or the Supreme Trimmer Vader. But the fact that this has 2, I think is really cool, especially when something as expensive and well regarded as this only has 1. This does come with a charging stand. It does not come with trimmer guards. This comes in 2 colors. So as you can see, I have the matte black. If you look at it in the right light, it kind of has like a bronze color to it. It's really cool looking. In this video right here, you can't really see it, but under the right light, this definitely, it does not look completely black. It has a bronze kind of shine to it. Maybe you can kind of see it in the video. And then they also make a shiny gold where the entire package is shiny like that. I think the black one looks a lot better. One of the things to note is the black one has a black blade. The gold one has a gold blade. As far as the blades being different colors, a lot of people are going to think that doesn't matter, but I've heard Sean Cuts Hair. I think I've heard Concise the Barber. I think I've heard Cuts by Reggie. They all say that the black blade, because the coating on it does not cut as well as a gold blade. This also has the black blade on it. This is not the same as the original GoldFX blade. So both of these have black blades. If you want the best saber and you want it just for cutting, you're going to want to get the gold one, because to get another one of these blades, I believe is 20, 30 bucks. This product costs the exact same as the gold version, but the gold one does come with a gold blade. So I do wish this had the gold blade on it. I don't like the way gold blades look, but if it cuts better, it cuts better, you know? So just like the BaByliss, this does have an all metal design. You can see from the back to the front, the neck, the entire package is metal. So this is definitely a more substantial feeling product than something like their Flex. As far as it being skeletoned, 360 degree, this is definitely a 360 degree blade. I really like how the neck is really thin on this. The shoulders are pretty wide. The body of this is pretty wide also, but definitely 360 degree skeleton. And then as far as the blade goes, this is going to be their X Pro. What they call it is a black diamond carbon DLC X Pro wide top blade. And then the cutting blade itself is going to be the one deep tooth cutting blade. You can see the teeth on it. They're very deep tooth. This sets amazing lines. It's really good at debulking. As far as the blade over here, not quite as deep of a blade. And both, once again, are black blades. If you're enjoying this video, please subscribe and give the video a like. It goes a million miles to help the channel, and it takes just a second to click the subscribe and the like buttons. If you have a product in particular that you'd like to see me review, please leave that down in the comments below. I absolutely love making these videos. I love helping people out, and I really hope that you find this information helpful. So in none of my videos, as you guys know, I'm not going to do an unboxing. I personally don't enjoy watching people open boxes. I think it takes up way too much time. So instead, I'm just going to show you what comes inside the BaByliss, and then I'll move this out of the way. After that, I'll show you what comes with the Saber. I'll move this out of the way, and then after that, we'll go into the design. So as far as what comes with the Boost FX, this does come with a brick, which is going to be attached to the cord. This is a very long cord. You can actually see the charging port is going to be their proprietary charging port. If you decide to buy the charging stand on the BaByliss website for $39, you would plug the stand into this, and then you would take the product and just drop it in the stand. So I do think it's nice that it comes with the brick. A lot of the products that are being sold today are only going to have the cord. They're not going to have a charging stand, and they're not going to have a brick. So you're going to have to find your own brick from your iPhone or your Android or your iPad, whatever. So it's nice that it does come with this in the package. This does have a zero gapping tool. It also comes with a screwdriver for you to be able to unscrew the 2 screws here if you'd like to zero gap it. You can see that you can unscrew these 2 from the front, kind of like a TPOB X or Troll, and that's how you can zero gap the blade. Once you loosen these a little bit, you can push the blade forward. but it does not come with a hex screw to be able to do that in the package. So you'd have to go buy another one or have another trimmer around to be able to zero gap it from the front. With this screwdriver, you can zero gap it by messing with the blade here, pulling that off, adjusting it. And then here you're gonna have your oil and a little brush. As far as what comes in the package, there is not a lot that comes in the package. You know, for $189, I think this should definitely come with a stand. It should probably come with some trimmer guards, especially something like these. It'd be nice if they threw this in the package. 16 bucks plus a stand for another $40. This is a $230 product before tax. Then you're talking $250, $260 to get this with a stand and with trimmer guards. Do I think this is worth $250? Absolutely not. We're gonna get into that here in a bit, but as far as what comes in the package, there's not a lot in the package. So right from the jump, you can see this is a better package than what comes with the BaByliss. This also has a brick that's gonna be attached to the cord, very long cord. This does come with a charging stand, which I think is awesome. It's not the heaviest or most quality piece. You know, this is not weighted. It is made out of plastic. You can see the male piece in here. I do like the fact that that is detachable. So if you're in the middle of working, this starts to go low, you can literally pull the cord out of the bottom, keep this plugged in, plug it into the bottom, and keep working with this corded, which I think is a really nice feature. This also comes with the USB-A to micro USB, which is gonna go in the bottom, in the back, which I think is really cool. It does come with a blade guard for transportation. This does come with a screwdriver. So the screwdriver is gonna be used to unscrew both of those screws, pull the top blade off, and then you're gonna have to adjust the blade manually because there's no little hex screws. As far as zero gapping this, it's not hard, but it's definitely not easy. I wish that all companies would allow you to do exactly what the JRL does. You unscrew this one a little bit, this one a little bit, you move the blade wherever you want it, tighten it back up, and you're zero gapped. I think the next best way to do that would be like what TPOB does with the X and with the Troll. There's two little hex screws. It comes with a little screwdriver. You unscrew here and here, move the blade where you want it, tighten them back up. That way you're not messing with the top blade. This does come with a screwdriver, which I think is nice, but zero gapping this is definitely not the best I've seen. For the reputation of this product and for how expensive it is, I think zero gapping this should be a lot easier than it is, but it is what it is. A lot of times when you're buying these really high-end products, people are just buying into the hype. And a lot of people are saying, this is the greatest product in the world. I can tell you right now, I do not think this is the greatest product in the world. Zero gapping this should be easier. I'm not really a big fan of the square design. The way that this feels in the hand, the ergonomics of it, nowhere near as nice as the Flex. I like the JRL more. I like the TPOB X more. So, I mean, as far as the hype, in my opinion, this is the most overrated trimmer on the market, bar none. It's a good trimmer. We're gonna get into the rating here in a few. As far as what comes in the box, this is definitely a nice package. I do think that it should come with a little hex screw. I do think there should be two little screws here to where you're not having to mess with the top blade. But as far as what comes in the box, this is what we're looking at here. Now, I am 6'1", so my hands are pretty big. And if I put the base of my hand at the bottom of this, you can see my fingers over top. This is not a big trimmer at all. It looks huge in pictures. It looks huge in videos. It actually looks kind of big in this video. But when I'm looking down at my hand, you know, cameras never do it justice. That looks pretty big. In my hand, this is not a big product at all. It is very bulky, you know, as far as the depth of it, as far as the width of it, you can see it's very, very rectangular. It's just not a very big product. It is all metal. It's not very heavy. In comparison, the Boost FX is definitely a bigger product. I think the ergonomics of this are better. I really like the rubber grip. I like how the shoulders are not that thin, but the neck does kind of pinch up and it gets a lot thinner. The button on this is very hard to press. So when you switch that up, like if you look at my thumb, you can see the pressure that I'm putting. There's a lot of pressure in that. As far as the button here, you just press it. I like that more. But as far as ergonomics go, this is a bigger device. As far as the width, the depth, they're pretty similar. I like how this is circular, kind of like the Gamma Cyborg. I'm not a fan of this square design at all. As far as the ergonomics and the way this feels, I think the Flex. If you're gonna buy anything from Stylecraft, I think the Flex is a better product than this. It feels better, it's less expensive. I like how it has 3 LED indicators. You know, this blade, one of the things I do not like about this blade, you can actually see that the blade on the Saber is a lot thicker than the Boost FX. What that means, these BaByliss professional trimmer guards are the nicest trimmer guards on the market by a long shot. They fit the JRL, they fit the TPOB Troll, they fit the TPOB X, but you can see this is so thick that when I try and put one of these on, it doesn't even fit. You can see the little black piece. Look at my fingers. When I try and push that on, because of where the screws are, that won't fit. So if I tap that, it just falls off. Of course, you can see how that snaps right below the head, and that's really, really on there. This actually can be used with trimmer guards. If you're not a barber and you're not using this just for hitting and just for debulking, and you're just a pedestrian that's looking to keep their body manicured or trim their beard, of course you can trim underneath your neck, you can trim around your mustache, and you can do your C-cup, and you can do around the ears and the back of the neck with this. But if you want to use a guard, you can't use guards with this. It's because the blade's too thick. So to me, that's a big problem. And that's part of the reason why I'm going to give this the win over that. I mean, they're both going to be rated pretty much the same because they're both time tested. This has been the king forever. And then this is the one that dethroned the original GoldFX. They created the Boost FX and they put a rubber grip on it. They gave it more power. They put the little Boost logo on it. The light still doesn't work, which is one of the dumbest things in history, like of all time. It doesn't make any sense, but at least you can use trimmer guards with this. This does not come with a stand, but you can buy a stand. This does come with a stand. The stand on this is pretty cheap. The stand that you can buy for this is metal. It's very nice. It's weighted. It's more substantial. Between these two products, as far as the design goes, you can see them in my hand. So the neck of the Saber is definitely thinner. The shoulders of the Saber are definitely wider. So let's say if I'm looking at them like this, they have the same amount of clearance. So like if you're trying to trim your mustache, you can see right here where you can see like your lip, there's the same amount of clearance on both of these. The neck and the back is pretty much the same. But as far as the length of it, the Boost is a lot longer. It's a lot thicker. They weigh pretty much the same. This feels better in my hand because of this square design. You can see the back of them. One thing I do like more about this is you can see the writing. It tells you pretty quickly what you're looking at. I love the fact that this has an extra charging port on the back. Look at the writing on the back of this. You know, if I'm spending $200 for a trimmer, no one's really going to be looking at the back of that, but that's not pretty. Something like that is. And something like that is. You can also see it's a fingerprint magnet. You can see some oil on it. You can see me in it. You can see the rubber grip. You can see the little hook in the bottom. Is it a nice product? Yes, it's a nice product. I wish this wasn't as hard to switch. And I also wish that the switch wasn't in the front. I like it more on the side, like the JRL or the TPOB X or the TPOB Troll, a LoPROFX. There's a lot of trimmers that have it over here on the side. Even like the 4-mask Keyon has a little button that's kind of in the black line up and down the side of it. Having it in the front like this, it's fine. I just don't like it as much. And the way that that feels when you have to switch it, it's really hard. And that's also something that can break. Like it's kind of wobbly. And as you can see when I'm going through these products are not perfect. I expected these to just blow the Supreme trimmer out of the water. What these are, you know, known in the industry to be, they're just tip top. These are 2 of the best 3 in the world. You could put maybe like the Gamma Cyborg, and then maybe the Saber 2nd place, and then this is maybe 3rd place, and then you're going down the line to like the X or like a Cocco Pro BLDC. There's a lot of products that, as far as reputation goes, these are up here and those are all kind of down here. But after owning these and feeling them and using them and, you know, holding them and living with them, you know, this one's sitting on my counter, or I just leave it like that. And then this one's sitting in a stand. And one of the big issues with this, I'm going to get to here in a second, is when you put this in the stand, because of the female piece here and because of the male piece and because of this square design, you can see the shape of it. It's kind of beveled in different areas. This sits inside the stand and it sticks so hard that when I pick this up, the stand comes with it. So I have to use 2 hands to be able to pull this out, which is ridiculous. You know, the Supreme Trimmer Vader just slides right out. It's not too tight. The JRL also, you stick it in, you don't have to wiggle it. It just comes right out. One thing about this too is if I take the cord and I plug it into this light illuminates immediately, letting me know that it's plugged in. When I put this in the stand, it didn't even light up. So I had to sit there and kind of like wiggle it. And I finally pulled it over to this side and it lit up. This is a $200 device and I can't even just drop it in a stand and it works perfect. It's okay. This is just an okay product. Everyone's like, the Saber is the gold standard, but this is just, it's lackluster. It's not, I would not spend $200 on this product. I would definitely not spend $200 on this product. I think this, without the trimmer guards, without the stand, if you're comparing this against the JRL, if you're comparing it against the TPOB X, those are $104, $110, $115. This should be about $95, $100. You know, if you want to add these into the picture, then maybe charge a little bit more. If you want to add a stand into the picture, maybe charge a little bit more. But this by itself for $189 is bonkers to me. I would not recommend this product to anybody. They did a little bit of upgrades to it and they're still charging $189 for this thing and it doesn't come with anything. The blade's okay. Everyone says they don't like this blade and they just pull it off and put a GoldFX blade on it. I don't have a GoldFX blade. If I want to do that, that's an additional like $20, $30. And then of course I want to stand with my product. That's another $40. And of course I want some trimmer guards with mine. That's another 20 bucks. So this is like $250. Is this twice as good as a TPOB X? No. Is it twice as good as a JR? No. And I mean, something like the Supreme Trimmer Vader is 79 bucks, 80 bucks. That is so close to this. And it cost $110 less. This product doesn't make any sense to me. I like it. If it's the only thing I had, sure. But would I buy this again? No. Do I recommend it to you? No. Do I respect that this is one of the most well-respected in the industry? Yes. But none of my reviews are sponsored. If they were, I still would tell you exactly what I think. If BaByliss was paying me to do this video and I didn't like it, which I don't really like it, I'd still tell you I don't like it. You know, that's one thing that I guarantee you with any of my videos that you watch, they are unbiased. Do I like this? It's fine. Do I love it? No way. Do I like this? Yeah, it's fine. I think they go neck and neck. Do I love this? No, it's just a trimmer. This is just a trimmer. There's nothing special about this. There's also nothing special about this. I don't know if you can hear that. This cheap piece of junk. Everyone's like, Stylecraft is the best. This is a cheap piece of junk. Look at this. If I try and put that in, it doesn't fit well, and I literally have to wiggle it until that light lights up. But for me to get this to work, I have to wiggle it. And then when that's in there, freaking ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I hate it. So I'm gonna give you an example real quick. Stylecraft Flex. This is $149 on their website. This is $199. Look at them side by side. Yes, this is metal, but the ergonomics of it are nowhere near as nice as the ergonomics of this. Look at the neck. The neck of this is a little bit thicker, but the shoulders of this are thinner. I love how the body gets a little thicker here. The way this fits in my hand, where my middle finger kind of goes down that groove, this is just a big box. Look at the difference in the width. You can see the difference in the back of them. The blade's a big difference. They both have the one cutting blade. As far as the visibility goes, you can see the visibility on both of them is pretty much identical. But check this out. I drop that in, it just falls in. Every time I drop that in, it charges immediately. When I pull this out, it just pulls out. There's no way that's gonna get stuck. And then this, get out of here. You can even hear it, listen. Crazy, poor design. This is a poor design. I think the Saber is the most overrated product on the market. I did kind of dog this against the JRL because the JRL blows this out of the water. And I think this blows this out of the water. I'd also rather have this than this. Something else is kind of cool. So that's the Flex. That's the JRL. I drop that in, it fits. It pops right out. Just like the Flex. This one I have to wiggle. This one I don't. This one I don't. These two are loose enough to where they come right out. If I really drop it in, you're kidding me, right? What if you saw a barber that was working and he had this on the bottom of it and he didn't know that it came undone because the product's so poorly designed? I think that'd be pretty funny. This thing's a piece of junk. Maybe $110 with the stand. I would maybe consider this for $110. I would, no way, no how would I buy this for $99. The old price of $189. No way, no how would I buy this product. So now that we got the stand debacle out of the way, let's go ahead and call a spade a spade. These look similar. They look like Aston Martin, Rolls-Royce, Bentley. These look like wild Nissan GTRs, Lexus LFAs. These look like sports cars, while these look like luxury cars. The blades on these are so similar. The JRL is actually nicer looking. Definitely nicer looking. I love how there's some detail in the JRL. I love that when you're trying to zero gap this, you just loosen each one of these a little bit. You can move the blade up and down. This, you literally have to find a hex screw that's going to fit those and then move the blade. So this is much more difficult to zero gap than something like this. The trimmer guards do work on both of them. Perfect. Perfect. Now, as far as the way they sound, the JRL is the quietest trimmer I've ever... A lot of people say that the Stylecraft Saber is the quietest trimmer. No way. This is way quieter. Hey, it has a light. This cost $110, and it looks way nicer. And I like it way more, and the motor sounds nicer. This just sounds like a cheap, generic Chinese knockoff. What's funny is this has been knocked off a million times, and you can find this exact same thing off the same assembly line with a different logo on it for like 40 bucks. So much nicer. Save your money. These guards do fit both of these products, but they don't fit either of these products. This does come with trimmer guards, but they're really cheap trimmer guards. As far as the way both of these sound, this Flex is quieter than the Saber. And the JRL is quieter than all of them. This is just far superior to every other trimmer I've ever used. It's so crazy. I would imagine maybe, well, actually, since Stylecraft and Gamma are the same companies, and I thought this was going to be outstanding. I thought this was going to be outstanding. This is my number one between these three. That's number two. This is like way over here. Not even a comparison. Between these two, this comes with a stand. It comes with trimmer guards. I like the ergonomics better. The blade is better. It cuts better. It's quieter. It has 3 LEDs. This is definitely going to be a winner over this, but this just blows them out of the water. And I was thinking, since this was going to be so great and this was going to be so great and they're such a letdown compared to what I initially thought, I thought they were going to be here, but they're like way down here. I thought this was going to be up here, but it's way down here. I thought this was going to be kind of here, but it's way up here. So maybe the Gamma Cyborg, it's probably going to be a letdown just like the two of these. And this is just the most outstanding product on the market by a long shot. TPOB, this, Supreme Trimmer Vader. If anybody knows somebody from JRL, let them know that I love their products and have them sponsor me. I'd love to help sell these products. I hope a video like this and my other videos are helping sell their products because I think they are so worth it. I think this is outstanding. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. This blows these out of the water. It's the least expensive. $110. This is $149. This is $189, and this is $199. No freaking way. This is pretty good. It's a hitter. It is a hitter. It feels amazing. 3 LEDs, super cheap. Watch this. Look how cheap this product is. You can literally see the lights through the plastic because this is such a cheap product. Regardless, it's crazy cheap, but it's better than this piece of junk. I saw a knockoff of this on Instagram or something. I think they're like 40 bucks. Exact same model. The sad part about all these trimmers Besides the JRL, I haven't ever seen a knockoff of this. These two are knocked off like crazy. There's a lot of products out there that they literally just go to China and they find these products and say, hey, can I put Clint, Mallon, face on this product and sell it myself? And they do. And then this you can find, I'm not sure what the names are off the top of my head, but I've seen this product knocked off on Amazon or Etsy or whatever. There's tons of them. It's just a cheap trimmer. This is not a $200 product, guys. Not a $200 product. This is definitely not a $200 product either. Between the two, like I said, I would take this. The stand on this is annoying. The fact that trimmer guards don't fit this is annoying. The ergonomics of this are better, but I think these two need to take a back seat. Actually, that would be a front seat. They need to take a back seat, and then these two are just so far superior. So once again, 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10. They just don't hold up. They're not what I expected. I would not recommend them. I definitely recommend these two, which are less expensive. I'm not recommending them because they're less expensive. What I have found in life is if there's the things on the bottom, those are usually not the best. They're the things on the top, those are usually just more expensive, but they're not necessarily the best. It's the products that are somewhere in the middle that just shine. They're trying harder. Something like, you know, Hyundai, Kia, and then Genesis. Genesis is making products that are down here, but they're beating Audi, Mercedes, BMW at their own game. They're beating Lexus at their own game. If you look up reviews of what Genesis is doing compared to the big boys, they're blowing them out of the water. So I think of these kind of like Hyundai, Kia, Genesis. They're just phenomenal. And then these are going to be like your Audi, Mercedes, BMW, and they're just resting on their laurels. Like, we're the best. We're just going to make a product where the light doesn't work, and we're going to throw together a cheap stand, and people are going to spend crazy amounts of money for these products because of our name. And I just don't agree that these are the best. I think these are the two most overhyped trimmers on the market, bar none. Are they good? Yes. Do they cut well? Yes. But a trimmer is more than just cutting well. I mean, you could literally go to Walmart, Target. You could buy a cheap Andis or Wahl for 20, 30 bucks. Are they going to set lines? Yeah. You might have to go hit, but you got a line. You start debulking. It's going to do it. Do these do it a little bit better? Yeah, but 7 times better? No. Are they 7 times or twice as good as these? Absolutely not. I think these are far superior to these, regardless of price. So as far as my thoughts, as far as the review, I hope this was helpful. I really hope you enjoy my content. I love making this stuff. I'm sorry if I sound like a Debbie Downer. These are just upsetting products to me, and that's the reason why I brought these into the video. Switching these back to where they came from, I don't ever want to look at them again. I just think they're overrated, guys. Don't believe the hype. You know, I had a gentleman that emailed me the other day and we were talking, and a lot of the reviewers, you don't know if they're sponsored, and you don't know if they're just saying what you want to hear or if they're saying what the sponsor wants to hear. And people sell out. You know, Will Smith did it. A lot of people sell out. And I think for people to recommend these as the top 2 trimmers on the market next to the Gamma Cyborg, I think it's a sellout. These are good products. They're fine. This should be about $95, $110. This should be, because it comes with a stand, yeah, it's a piece of junk. Trimmer guards don't fit it, $100, $110. I think the TPOB X, they should cut the bottom of it off, give it a USB-C charging port, and they should make a stand for it and sell it for like $140, $150. I think that product blows this out of the water. As far as a machine for hitting and cutting, I think the TPOB X is superior to this, slightly. If that's a 10 out of 10 when it comes to cutting and ergonomics and it's all metal, I think this is a 9.5. But as far as the stand that this comes with, it's freaking awesome. The fact that this is $110 and then this is $18 and I can go buy some trimmer guards for $16. This package here, this is my favorite package. It's my favorite product. I am not sponsored by JR. This is phenomenal. This is just okay. This is just okay. I actually like this more than I thought I liked it. It's a cheap piece of crap. It's just a cheap piece of junk. It's a Chinese cheap plastic trimmer. I don't like it as much as the X. I don't like it as much as the JRL, but I think it smokes both of these. Smokes them. Sounds better, feels better. Actually, guys, I'm undecided between these two. I'm going to go ahead and say I don't like either of them. They're both a 9 out of 10. I think there's 9.5s and 10s that are out there that just make these look bad. So as far as the video, that's all I got. I appreciate you watching. Stay tuned for more. And if you like this video, subscribe, like, comment. If you want to see me review anything else, please leave a comment below. If you look down in the description, I went crazy on the description. You will see a discount code for the Gamma Cyborg. You will see my website where you can see 19 different trimmers. These are all included. There's tons of other trimmers and they're all side by side. So there's links to all the original products. There's links to buy them on Amazon. You can literally look at the RPMs and does it come with a stand? All that stuff is on clintmallon.com. If you go up to the top in the navigation and you look for the archives, you click on that. There's going to be a bunch of different videos. Click on the first one, which says best hair trimmers. It's probably the most comprehensive review of trimmers anywhere on the internet, so please check that out. Subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram. I'm on TikTok too. I'm trying to get all this stuff figured out. I hope you guys love this because I love making it for you, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching.